actually congratulate Honorable Rehema, whom now I'm supporting the motion. Mr. Speaker, fire actually is enemy. And normally, the citizen of this country should have a strategy to fight the enemy. And again, you don't fight the enemy in isolation. You fight fire because with the collaboration from individual to collective responsibility. And then it means actually individual and the group or an institution must have tools to fight fire. One, there must be a knowledge on how to fight that enemy called fire. This enemy, knowledge, should be passed on from those who are highly educated about fighting the fire, and it is transmitted to the youth who will inherit from you for fighting the fire even in the future and any time. Now that is, as Mheshimiwa, my colleague Honorable Waidaka said, we have a very good policy in fighting the fire. And also, we are so much theoretical about what we are supposed to have. The firefighting equipment, after getting the knowledge on how to fight fire, is supposed to start at a household. It is started with first of all, the knowledge about types of fire, and then what do we need to fight fire as a result of electrical fire, as a result of fuel. So you must have all this equipment at so many levels. Now coming to school, and then we are supposed to practice every time on how to fight this enemy called fire. A rehearsals, practice after we gain the knowledge. Every institution must have actually in writing, and warning is given that in case of fire, one has to do ABCD. Then everybody has a responsibility to fight until we become a big group now to win against the fire. From institution to individual in my house, in the estate, all must be coordinated, Mr. Speaker. But here in Isiolo County, it is even a history that a county can say, we got a firefighting equipment. One vehicle, one truck, and that one again, Mr. Speaker, we got through a donation from Japan. Why the Kenyan money cannot buy this equipment to fight fire, which is enemy number one? So the money is not taken in the right direction, Mr. Speaker. So we must have fire fighting equipment everywhere, and we must have a drill and instructions to anybody who is operating those equipment to respond. And we must practice when there is peace, so that by the time the fire breaks out, we can defeat the fire. But here there's a very big desperation, Mr. Speaker. There is no student is being taught even how to fight a fire. Or what do they do in case of fire breaking? We as a Kenyan have responsibility to prevent fire, or to prevent the fire which is an enemy to attack us and destroy our property and kill lives. Mr. Speaker, there is a lot of this connection from my institution. Honorable Waidaka talked of those institutions that this county is supposed to have. We are supposed to have a periodical meeting on even imagine that if fire breaks out, how can Air Force fly in the helicopter in support of Isiolo boys? And within what time, Mr. Speaker? Now, the School of Artillery here, all these barracks you are seeing, that is what they can only do for us, is to fight the fire or come maybe in aid during the flood and to help the community. But now we are not coordinating, Mr. Speaker. Where are the fire extinguishers? If you look at this vehicle, one vehicle is not enough. It should be stationed in every ward, minimum, Mr. Speaker. And then we see at what are the targets. Schools, which we know every September there must be a fire breakout in the schools. It is very unfortunate for this House every time, Mr. Speaker, the order paper is coming at the last minute. This very important motion Honorable Rehema is bringing to the House, we are supposed to be given 24 hours ago, and then we do a research and come up in this House with a meaningful solution to answer this recommendation which Honorable Member of the Assembly brought into the floor, Mr. Speaker. Our schools don't have capacity to fight fire. So they can't even prevent fire. Mr. Speaker, after this motion, I don't know where it will go, Mr. Speaker. Please, this particular one about the land that we had in the morning should be followed closely until we are able to practically get solution, both mitigative and preventive solution to this menace, which we are sure it is going to come up. Mr. Speaker, the estate gets burned like Safi estate. It is being just looked at, Mr. Speaker. Nothing, we are all helpless. Nobody has a knowledge about how to fight this fire. Not even warning. We can't. We are supposed to communicate actually from the person who is closer to the fire to a person who is at the end of this central business district to be able to respond. And there must be an order to fight that fire.